Hey guys, we are so excited to share some things with every one of you. We've been wanting to do this call for a while because as girls, this is just something that a lot of people don't talk about, I think. So
I feel like we talk about it all the time, and we still do.
yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
I guess
know.
we're sisters,
Could
so
be
we
that.
just kind of talk about this sort of stuff. But my name is Phallin Black, and this is my sister Cortney. She's the younger one, but we're both in our 30s, and we have 9 kids combined. She just had a baby a few
Three
months
months
ago.
ago.
3
She's
months
three
ago.
months now. Yes.
So we are going to share with you guys just some things that have helped us with our periods, some products that we love, and just kind of what we use to stay sane, to have shorter periods, to have less painful periods. Mine weren't nearly as bad as hers. She had really bad periods, like her whole life.
Yeah, basically. So Phallin and I, we would always, when we were, what, 10, I don't know, how old were we when we started our periods?
13.
13. So when we were like 10, 11, 12, we had these like girl books on like your period and all this stuff, and we would talk about it every month, like how we are so excited maybe this would be the month. Like, I don't know why we were so excited.
I don't remember being excited. She was excited. She was the younger one, and she was excited about this. I knew what was going
But
to
I was
happen.
excited. I was like, maybe we're gonna have our period this month, maybe not. And you know, it'd keep going. And this girl, she didn't even tell me when she started her period. We always said we would tell each other, and she decided to just pretend it never happened and didn't even tell me. But I do remember my first period. It was so awful. We actually thought I had the stomach flu. I was in bed sick for 2 days. I had like a bucket by my face because I thought I was gonna throw up. I never did, but I was so nauseous, and I had like, I think I had a fever. It was awful, and I still remember we had Arby's that night. I'll never forget. And then I finally started my period, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible! Why did I want this to happen to me?" Is that Greg?
Yeah.
No,
Not
an
even
intruder.
Greg.
There's
This
an
is
intruder.
girl stuff here. But I remember she would be sick in bed with her period. So when I started Plexus, I was like, she needs to get on these products because she was miserable our whole life. Like I would feel so bad. She'd have the heating pad on her back and
Back on my stomach. I'd be in bed. I would want, you know, all the junk food too, of course. And then, you know, as we got older, like Phallin had told me, I actually started Plexus to lose weight. We didn't know it would help my period.
I knew it would. You just didn't believe me.
She thought she knew it would, and I was like, no, it won't. And I was actually kind of sad when it did start helping because, like, you know, I would pretend, I'd lay on the couch and I'd be like, oh, this is so awful. I can't even make dinner. I can't take care of these kids. I can't do anything. And my husband would be like, oh my gosh, it's okay. I'll do all the baths. I'll clean up. I'll do dinner. You just go lay in bed. Here's a heating pad. Here's a Cosmopolitan magazine or whatever I would read. And he'd send me to my room to lay down. And I remember when I started feeling better and I didn't have awful periods, I was kind of sad. I was like,
I don't get a break anymore.
and then he's like, you know what, I'll still do it. So I'm like, okay, thanks. That's appreciative. That's great. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the worst part about it all is when before I'd get cramps, like a week before my period. It would be like a good week, and I would feel awful the whole week, and I'd be like, oh gosh, I'm going to start my period. This is awful. And after I started taking Plexus, I had no warning. I was at Target with my 3 kids. Maybe it was 2 at that point, however many I had. I was at Target, and I started my period, and I had to put a diaper. I had to use a kid's diaper. Thank God I had diapers, you know. But I didn't have anything with me because I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, you can't tell it's coming, like when you're used to having that warning. Yeah. So I love Plexus and some of the other things we're going to show you guys because I don't even feel like I'm on my period. So Cortney, she's like, why are these things helping me so that I don't feel crampy and I don't feel sick? So she was doing some research. Google's our best friend. So we're going to talk about what products we use. Some of them are the Plexus products, which we both highly recommend, but some are some other things that have helped us as well with cravings, with the moodiness, with the cramps, with the acne, all of those things that come along with your period. So the first thing would be the Plexus Slim, and we both use these. There's 2 different kinds. One is going to help with your the prebiotics and your gut health even more. And this one's going to help even more, the Slim HC, with your cravings and your hunger control. Not to say we don't like pizza, but we don't feel like we have to order it at midnight or eat the whole thing, or the cookies. Like, we have some self-control, but having your blood sugar balance is the foundation for having your hormones stable. Whether it's PCOS or menopause or whatever you have going on hormonally, having your blood sugar balance is the most important thing, because insulin, it's the master hormone, and insulin and blood sugar is just all connected to every aspect of your body. But if you want your hormones to be balanced, you're going to need your blood sugar balance, and you're also going to need your gut health balance. So we're going to talk about some gut health products too, especially your moods. 95% of your serotonin, it's produced in your gut. So before your period, sometimes you get extra moody, and by eating all the cookies and getting the Diet Coke or whatever it is, it's going to make you worse. If you're binge eating on junk food, you're going to feel even worse.
Yeah,
so,
I was kind of a crazy person before Plexus. My husband, if he was here, he'd be like, yeah, crazy lady right here, because I remember he'd be coming home from work, or he'd be calling me on his way home, being so sweet. He'd be like, hey, sweetie, how's your day? What do you mean, how's my day? It was awful. I'm stuck here with all these kids, and it was just so awful, and blah, 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 blah. And then he'd come home, and I would just be like crying and losing my mind. And he was probably wondering what he signed himself up for, because I was so emotional. And that was even, honestly, not always before my period. It was like all throughout the month a lot of times. And then it would obviously magnify right before my period, because I wasn't taking the right things. When you're taking, was it magnesium? It reduces, it helps calm everything down with the PMS. And then Probio 5, if you're not pooping regularly and eliminating the extra estrogen that's in your body right before your period, it's gonna just recirculate, and you're just gonna be that crazy person. So that's a big reason it helps, because I wasn't regular before Plexus. I would poop once a week, and I was proud of it. So, you know. Phallon's like,
she's like, I hate pooping. I'm like, I don't care if you hate it. You need to poop. So when she started Plexus, we talked about this. Like, you're going to poop every day. And she's like, I just don't like it. It's not convenient. I'm like, gross. You need to do it. This is ridiculous.
Like, you're going to die. I'm like, okay, no poop.
So yeah, also she was doing some research about your liver and cramps. It actually, what is it? Tell me. I don't remember.
So I actually am the type of person who, if I'm taking something and it's working for me and it's doing great things, and I know it's natural and Phallin told me to do it, I'm like, okay, great, cool. I don't need to know how it works, but I figured just for everybody's sake tonight, I would tell you why it works. And I did research for once in my life. So there's this protein in your liver called CRP protein. That's an abbreviation for something. I didn't write that down. I just put CRP protein. It's in the liver, and then when its levels rise, when there's a lot of inflammation in your body. So the way the Slim is going to help you with that is by reducing your inflammation. And when your body has a ton of inflammation, it's going to make this rise in your body, and that's why we have cramps. There was actually scientific studies done on it too, they said. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So this all does make sense. It does work, and there's a reason why scientifically in your body that it does that.
I would take Ease too. Ease is something else I would add. If you're not taking Ease, take it before your period, that week before. This is going to help with the inflammation. I take it every day. I had chronic neck pain from snowboarding injuries, and I used to get headaches all the time. I don't at all. I'll go to the chiropractor, and he's like, yeah, your neck is out. I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't even notice it. So this will help. I remember as a teenager reading the Motrin bottle or whatever else they had, the PMS, some special period medicine. And I'm like, it says it causes liver damage. You think I'll be okay if I take it? I'm almost dead right now with cramps. So I think I might risk taking it, the Midol. Yeah, so I read that, and I'm like, that is not good. So as soon as I started doing Plexus, I was like, I'm going to get on this product so I don't have to worry about taking any of that awful medication that's really bad for your liver. So,
yep. So I like that too.
Yeah, and then
I'm not as good at taking the Ease just because I forget sometimes. So even before, when I was taking the Triplex, the cramps were pretty much good. So the Ease is definitely good for added.
Yeah, and then I would definitely be on a good probiotic. Probio 5 is amazing. Vital Biome is really good too, especially for your moods, for the anxiety, the depression. After you have a baby too, this is going to help with postpartum depression.
Yes. You guys, I ate placenta pills because, I mean, maybe I just had hormone issues before. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was so hormonal after I had my first son. Like, I wouldn't get sad. I would just get really mad. I remember throwing baby food jars, not at my kids, at the wall because I was so annoyed with somebody in the house, not my child.
She's so much more calm now. She wasn't as crazy as she's making herself out to be.
No.
I ever heard this throwing baby food jars.
I did. I threw a baby food jar because I was so upset. And it was because I had the postpartum issues. And so I got my placenta pills with the next baby because I was like, I am not doing that again. That was like a crazy train. I don't want to be riding that. And so it did help with the placenta pills. But the last 2 pregnancies I had, I did not even touch my placenta pills at all. And I didn't even bother getting them encapsulated with my last one because I'm so like chill now. So that's a miracle because my husband was telling people about the placenta pills and they're like,
this is much more normal, I guess.
This isn't frowned upon, so nice.
So yeah, and then another thing, she had the really bad cramps and all that stuff. I was emotional too. I remember when I first started on Plexus, I called the pink drink my happy drink because it just made me feel happy. When I was stressed, I would drink it and I just felt happier. Yeah. While making dinner, I'm like, it's crazy hour. We're going to drink the pink drink here.
Yes.
But I had really bad acne. And you guys, you probably can't tell right now, but my face is so clear because of Plexus, because my gut is healthy. I don't get breakouts at all before my period. If I don't sleep, I will, because, you know, you can't live on 4 hours of sleep. I don't care how many supplements, how much organic vegetables you eat. You do need sleep more than 4 hours. So sleeping, drinking water is important. But I was doing all of the things and nothing was helping my face until Plexus. So the probiotics, the triplex, that's what I would take. The Slim, the BioCleanse, the ProBio 5. But also I have a few other things that I do. I love milk thistle. It's super inexpensive, but it basically, I mean, like the picture of the milk thistle, when they grind it all up, it still has like little things that grab onto toxins in your body and basically draw them out. So it's really good if you're going through detox or just toxins that we have in our body all the time. So I love taking milk thistle. It'll help you with any sort of detox, help you get through that faster. And that is like my new favorite trick is milk thistle. So this has made an extra big difference. And then I take extra iron because I just need it. I think that most women who have their periods still need extra iron. I'm not tired at all. Plexus helped so I could sleep and be more rested, but I still needed something. And I find that a lot of women still need iron. We like the Garden of Life iron. Our midwives had us try lots of different iron and
didn't work.
How long did this take with your last pregnancy?
They had me on the liquid one and it was like, they tested like 3 times and it was still bad. And then I switched to this and I actually was very inconsistent with taking it. And I had taken it 2 days and then had my blood draw done and it was already better. And I was like, stuff works.
I noticed the difference. Like if I run out of it, I'm like, why am I so tired? Just right before my period. And it's because of all that extra blood and stuff that your body is producing and getting rid of. So
and it's methylized.
Yeah,
it's super cheap.
Yeah, it's Garden of Life. We get it on Amazon. It's like $7 for the month. So this is something else that I love. And it also helped my face with breakouts too, because low iron can cause skin breakouts. So, and then the other thing that we both love, she loves it for her dry skins, but if you guys haven't tried Joyome, all the magazines are talking about it right now, but you guys need to get the Joyome. The night cream is my favorite. I mean, I put this all over. I just ordered a whole bunch more because you can put it on your feet and everywhere, but my skin has never looked so good. All the extra hormones and stuff around your period can produce extra oily skin, or it can go the other way and you can have dry skin. But this stuff, it's amazing. And it helps wrinkles and all those other girly things.
I was trying to get Botox. Like, she'll tell you it's true. But I have this like wrinkle right here because I always have had dry skin right here. Always.
It's fine.
Actually, one of my best friends, like when I first met her, she was like, whenever I should tell her skin's really dry there, I'm like, yeah, I know. It was dry there. Always. But like always dry there, and I was starting to get like fine lines there, and I started using Durham, and like 2 months later I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. I don't need Botox, thank God, because that's not bad good for you. So she was yelling at me, don't you dare.
Yeah, don't you get that Botox? It's awful.
It is.
So yeah, we love, these are the products that we love that have made our periods
And faces.
and faces which go along with your period just totally a breeze. But then something else that we're going to share with you, and a lot of people are a little afraid of it, but they learned that like she was. She was afraid of it at first, but before Plexus, my friend actually reached out to me and gave me the Plexus business opportunity because she saw me design my own web store and have a YouTube channel and everything, and I was selling menstrual cups, and we love them. I was selling them because I believed in them, so I would buy them wholesale and sell them retail, and that's how I was helping to pay the bills. And I bought a brand new one to show you guys because I don't know how many of you have ever tried one, but you need to. Plexus helps with your periods and making them shorter, but this is gonna make it even shorter, like 4 days, and it used to be 8 days.
Yeah.
So my period is so short, but it looks like this. And you guys, how many of you guys can put it in the comments, but how many of you have tried a menstrual cup before? I love it. I actually don't use it like this though because it pokes me. This little thing, it pokes me. So I turn it inside out. And this is my favorite one. I've tried all of them, like I said, because I was selling them. But the Lunette, this is on Amazon. I finally got her to try it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like learning to ride a bike. But
yeah, I was actually, the first time I tried it, I hated it. And then I was like, well, I'm not going back to tampons because I don't think we mentioned this yet, but she'll go into all that later, but I would get infections and all kinds of awful
she
crap
had UTIs and yeast infections after every period. I'm sure the probiotics help too, but tampons with the rayon and the dioxin, all of that stuff, I mean, you can Google it, but it's really bad. And why are we sticking that stuff anywhere near us? Tampons too, whether it's organic or non-organic, it doesn't matter. It dries you out. It messes up the pH inside of you. This doesn't. It doesn't absorb all the stuff inside of you. And the other thing that I love about menstrual cups is when you don't know your period's coming, and I hope there's no guys on here, because if there are, you're going to want to leave.
Greg gotta be gone.
Goodbye, Greg.
Goodbye,
Greg Wilson. You guys, if you don't know your period's coming, but you're like going to be on a long flight or something like that, you can put it in, and it's not going to hurt to take it out or anything. Like, it can just sit there. Or if your period isn't over with yet, and you don't have to worry about it. You
cannot. You're going to be wearing a white dress somewhere, and you're like, okay, my period should be any day, and thanks to Plexus, I don't have cramps. I don't know when it's coming. Could be tomorrow. Could be tonight. You can just put it in and be like, okay, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it at all. So, and it's super, you cannot feel it at all. So you're going to want to fold it to put it in. I mean, there's videos on YouTube, but
she made one.
Don't watch mine, you guys. It was so long ago, and it was so old. But you guys, you need to get one, seriously. And they're so cheap. It's like, what is it, $30 for this?
It's so nice to not have to worry about buying stuff
You don't have to worry about running out. You don't have to worry about running into the store because you're missing your tampons.
We could buy them on Amazon nowadays, so that is nice.
That's true. We didn't have that back then. I've been using a cup for about 5 years.
I've been using a cup since I didn't even have. I don't think we would have bought tampons on Amazon that long ago.
No, I don't think so. I've never looked it up. But yeah, I've been using my cup for about 5 years. And so $30 for 5 years is super cost effective. And when you're traveling, you don't have to wonder, how many tampons should I bring?
Oh my gosh,
how many like packing half the suitcase full. So we love it. And that's just something else that has helped us. And it does help with cramps and all of the things that we've talked about. That
she says it helps with Kegels.
Oh yeah, it does.
That sold me. I was like, yeah, okay, give me a cup. I need some.
It does. It kind of makes you strong in there. So Lunette. I like the Lunette one. Get the size 2. And the other thing you don't have to worry about is toxic shock syndrome.
We were always paranoid about that when we were kids.
Yeah, so you can wear this for 12 hours. Like, you just put it in, and if I might have one heavy day every month that I might have to empty it like twice.
Day two.
But day two.
Always.
But for the most part, you just put it in and it'll stay in for 12 hours. Usually I'll do it in the morning when I take a shower or at night when I take a shower, and I'm good to go. It doesn't leak if you get it in right. And I don't want to have a menstrual cup tutorial right here, but if you feel where your cervix is, you just want to make sure your cervix is in the cup. Otherwise it will leak. Otherwise it doesn't at all. So yeah, those are my tips, you guys. I would get one. Don't be afraid of using it. And you can't, I don't think you can return it, but it's definitely worth it.
Don't return it.
Expect a couple months of having to kind of get used to it.
Yeah,
but
like, don't try it and plan to go on a big like zoo trip the next day. Like, do it if you're going to be home, you know, to make sure things are going right.
Got it going right. But
because it took me a few days to adjust to it.
But you'll never go back at all.
Won't. I had to use a tampon one time because I was on a trip and I forgot my cup. And I was like, oh God, this feels so awful. I can feel the cotton.
I was on a vacation and I was calling around trying to find some place. It was a cloth diaper store that ended up having a menstrual cup because I was like, I need this right away. I am not using tampons. Like, it's not comfortable. You can feel something there. After using the cup, you'll never go back.
Never go back.
So anyways, you guys, I hope you all have a beautiful night, and I hope some of this information was helpful to you, so you can feel as great as we do.
Yes.
Not be, life's too short to have a period coming in the way of life.
And to be an emotional wreck, you know.
It's good for everybody. All right, you guys, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.